Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Welcome back to another Pro 1v1 match. They run a map called Planet Coyon, which is a bit of a meme name map because Fargo, everything roots back to Fargo. Fargo used to get map names wrong. There's a map called Canyon of the Dead, whereas Fargo used to call it Coyon of the Dead. And there's a map called Plant Waste, and Fargo used to call it Planet Waste. So a map name called Planet Coyon was made by a guy called Firearm, and it is this map. It's a meme name, but actually quite a decent map. Not my most favorite map in the entire world. We'll go over the map in a second, but it is still pretty decent. We've got two very strong players for you today. There's a lot of strong players going on at the minute, which I'll come on to in a second. Up at the top, we have the China infantry player with the sign color, which is GC Stazzz. Going for an aggressive truck here. We'll probably try and get the crush on this worker. The worker will not be able to go inside of there, by the way, because it needs to repair it. Down in the south, we have the purple player with the GLA Stealth. This is Tumstep. Just see how this truck rush is doing. This is the map, by the way, yeah, with a giant cow slash giant ox. Would be pretty cool if you could make that angry and it could run around and destroy things. Probably wouldn't make for good gameplay, actually. So Stazzz has gone for 2 supplies, but he's gone for a more forward supply with a bunker. This truck may or may not get in. Oh, that's a big mistake there from Tumstep. Why did he not just click the terrorist back here? That is a very aggressive tunnel. That is big size level aggressive. Yeah, if he'd just moved this terrorist here, this would not be happening. Look at all the delayed mining time here. It's even crushing some RPGs. It killed one worker. Yeah, very, very poor opener there from Tumstep. Very, very interesting between these two players because there's a few different communities in Zero. There's like the English-speaking community. There's like the Arabic-speaking community. And then there's like the Russian-speaking community. Which, like, yeah, Tumstep, Stazzz, Asus, all these kind of players for many years have played against each other, often in their own little closed-off community, but they've been spamming a lot lately against all the top pros, and they're actually becoming very, very strong, especially, well, actually, yeah, both of them, especially Tumstep. I was impressed with him in the World Series, but yeah, you probably could say more so Stazzz, because Stazzz actually nearly, if you remember, knocked Xcal out of the World Series, only one game in it, if you remember. So this sneaky tunnel could get up. It's going to be quickly closed down, though. Outpost and Flamer tends to be pretty good against anything. RPGs from the side do pop up in the outpost, but everything ultimately does get cleared. Tunnel's still alive for a second, but now it does go down. Yeah, if you remember, like, only a few years ago, there was basically from that kind of community, like the Stazzz, the Tumsteps, Asus, all that kind of community that just played with together for many, many years, Russian language speaking community. Which is massive, by the way. The Russian community watching Zero is massive. There used to be basically just one decent player out of that community, which was basically Asus. Although Asus seems to have dropped off in recent years. And now probably the king is probably one of these from that kind of community. So either Stazzz or Tumstep. Probably Stazzz, there was like a LAN party in Moscow or something like that, and I believe Stazzz came out on top quite convincingly. I don't know if Tumstep went, actually. But yeah, it's good to see a load more pros on the scene. And you've also got other people getting really, really strong as well, like Peace Lover / Mary is getting really strong. Shay is still very active and very strong at the minute. Boyka pretty strong at the minute, although I don't think he's as strong as he used to be. But Tumstep here with the continued aggression is now flushed out this bunker, got himself some RPGs in it, flushed out the other bunker. Definitely keeping Stazzz contained in his base so far. Definitely would have tried to finish that and get the XP and get the veterancy on the quads. I think he's a little bit too scared of the mines and also scared of going near that bunker. So yeah, with that engagement there, I would say advantage for Tumstep. Just need to do something about the right-hand side, though. Would have liked a tunnel there or something, but this has been cleared up in the top right of the base. Another sneaky angle there from Tumstep. Everything there does get cleared up. I like to have I'd like to see a Toxin Tractor in the army, so when that outpost does get close, Toxin Tractor does splash damage. Really does wreck things. Yeah, but there's even like other strong players coming up through the ranks. Like Lift Truck is apparently getting coached by Fargo. Fargo's still active. Lift Truck is learning from Fargo and also becoming quite a force to be reckoned with. There's like Tensor as well. Well, I think he's still got a bit of work to do, but he's becoming really good. Yeah, it's good to see below the absolute top players, a load of people coming through the ranks. But enough of that. Let's focus more on this replay. A nice load of tunnels here from Tumstep. I don't necessarily agree with the positioning on that. You want it really supporting that bunker. Would it not be better to have like a tunnel there, tunnel there, tunnel there? Like that in the middle, and then another tunnel here? Like these all far back. If that gets flushed open by a flamer, and then RPGs go inside it from an outpost, then all of them tunnels might die, actually. So yeah, a little bit overkill there from Tumstep. He's trying a sneaky worker on a sneaky bike up in the top right. Stazzz seems to be aware. Like, bikes are so noisy, you'd have to be pretty deaf not to hear it. I mean, if you were looking over here and it happened right over there, maybe then it'd get through. Is that outpost going to be able to shut down that worker in time, though? It's only got 3 tank hunters inside of it. I have a feeling that tunnel is going to get up, actually. It is going to get up, which is bad news there, because that can be popped now. All of that can be cleared up. All them quads, if they're taking any damage, can go back inside. But he's also got a TNT to worry about here. But there is mines, though. Ooh. Thought there was a chance it might kill it then. Stazzz with some aggression of his own. Down in the bottom right once again. With the subliminal meshing, this is all getting healed quite a lot. Toxin Tractor is on it, though. Is that going to get popped open? Quite an important moment, that, surviving. I believe this is the very first game, by the way, in the set they played against each other. It's 9 fixed games. So game number 1 always very, very important. Sets the mental precedent going into the rest of the set. So there's a 1v1 tournament going on. $300 round robin tournament. With basically 9 strong players in it. Where everybody plays everyone, and this is game number 1 from their particular set. I do believe they had a number of good games out of the total 9 they played. But yeah, game number 1 I always say is very, very important for the mental aspect. Because if you think you've trained hard and you think you're going to win easily, and then you go and get absolutely stomped, that can do something to your mental game. Stazzz clearing the tunnel up at the top right. Supply's getting hit. ECM is actually keeping these RPGs alive, so that supply is going to go down. Because if you just stand there taking RPG damage from the GLA, eventually all your stuff will get cleared. I wonder, is Stazzz going to run out of cash? Because he doesn't have this left supplied like Tumstep does. But I suppose he has kicked Tumstep off this. So yeah, there's been damage done on both sides, to be honest. But that oil's still belonging to Tumstep. Yeah, Stazzz trying to keep on top of the cash of Tumstep. I wonder if that level 2 artillery would have been better on that oil. Sometimes you can get lucky in the way the shells fall. Sometimes the level 2 artillery can kill an oil. I mean, especially if you combine it with the carpet, though. Would that have been worth it? I suppose there's no guarantee that the carpet would hit, but yeah, that building might have taken it out. Actually, quite fully loaded that building there with RPGs. I'm pretty sure it's actually full. It's just like literally 2 RPGs off being full. What was like 8 RPGs in there or something. Here comes that flamer I talked about. This is why that tunnel and that tunnel are quite good, but these ones back here are literally not doing anything. A flamer gets hijacked at the last second. I don't know why Stazzz didn't do anything about that. Yeah, Stazzz having some success here. I mean, he's killed a few quads and whatever, but ultimately this is going to be held by Tumstep, mainly with the support of that massive, fully loaded tower building, whatever you want to call it. Civilian building. Don't know what it's supposed to be. Bit weird, to be honest. Those ECMs will get cleared. Some units for the GLA have gone down there. Cow is still alive. You can build over the cow, but that cow is literally living on the edge. Actually in the supply a little bit there. Maybe it can pick up some supplies. I wonder if it can carry more than a truck. Probably. Okay, so that's been recaptured by Stazzz, the oil on the right-hand side. Refinery on the left getting captured by Tumstep, which I like to see. If there's a refinery there for the taking, it's often neglected, as they always say by players. Tumstep bringing the radar van. One thing you don't want to do with these quads is stack them all on top of each other, because then they all get damaged when a few RPGs fire, and you can lose them all like instantly. In that case, he came out on top and killed it. You just got to be careful if they bunch up on top of each other. Can go badly very, very quick. So Stazzz is rebuilding a bunker in the middle. He's still collecting from the middle. Tumstep has this refinery. He's got a black market down at the bottom left. I don't know if you can clear all that if you force fire it, because it's quite annoying. Otherwise, you'd have a lot less space. Probably can. Tumstep going for another worker on another bike. Always seems to me a bit newbie, because I think if the other player is on point, he should hear or see the bike at least, especially if you're infantry, because these outposts have got a massive vision. If you've got any tank hunters and random outposts in places, you can see pretty much the whole map. So you're reliant on the other player being lazy or making a mistake. Like, can Stazzz see that? Yes. That's what you're literally relying on, the enemy making a mistake. I suppose that tunnel did get up, and Stazzz even saw it. This tunnel probably will get up as well. Maybe Stazzz needs like one airfield, just with one MiG, just to shut down these things and also pick off the enemy Jarman. But it does look like that tunnel's going to get up. That's going to be really annoying if he pops a load of stuff there now. It is. And he's getting the bounty money for all these kills as well. Tunnel's now repairing. That's quite a big blow. But Stazzz is also going for a counterattack down in the bottom right. So, don't really know who'll come out on top here. I think this is more beneficial for Stazzz, because there's actually supplies to collect here. Whereas actually in the top left position, there's actually not that much left for Stazzz. Obviously, there's the oil, which you want to protect, but it's not like he has his entire base there. I think the prop he sold. I think one outpost here has been picked off. Jarman Kell goes for a snipe. Only effectively killed like one or two guys inside of there, though, because it just gets reoccupied. Worker goes down, terrorist goes down, Jarman Kell is getting chased. This outpost is going to go down. It can force fire the ground there with a terrorist. Yep. Quite nicely handled by Tumstep, all things considered. He's still collecting on that supply, which is why this is an area is higher value, I think. Kicking him off like an 18k or 17k supply in the short term, at least, is better than having that oil. So yeah, you'd probably sacrifice that oil to get that supply. But Stazzz has now been cornered, has too few units. Mine drop not really going to do anything. It's just going to get mine cleared by the worker. Jarman Kell snipes the Lotus just in time to see that. These workers, man. Stazzz is on it this time. He's not going to let a sneaky tunnel get up for what? That'd be a fourth time, wouldn't it? Because the first tunnel was there. Then there was a tunnel here later on. Then there was that tunnel. And then that would have been the fourth tunnel if that would have got up. The fourth really aggressive sneaky tunnel. Always worth it, because if it doesn't get up, you just cancel it, get your money back. Okay, you've lost a worker for $200, but that's it. Stazzz still collecting on the middle, whereas Tumstep is not. Tumstep is building a third market down in the bottom left. And a fourth market here. Carpet bomb comes in. Kills the apparent civilian building. It's quite funny that actually the RPGs literally don't fit in that part. Scaling on 0 is hilarious sometimes. Whoa, that artillery could be legendary. That could really be legendary. Ooh. This kills like 2.5 quads plus a load of RPGs. Now the RPGs definitely won't fit in the building, because the building is just a steaming on fire pile of rubble. Definitely the textures in here need updating. Says on if you're watching, with this future balance patch we might have. Just upgrading some of the textures would be good, as long as it doesn't lag people's PCs. Which is a problem for 0 hour, actually. Maybe we need to make the graphics worse to counter the lag. For a 2003 game. Okay, finally an airfield up. I do wonder, though, if that was a lot earlier. Like, okay, it cost $1,000, $1,200 for a MiG. Yeah, fine, it's going to cost you some money. But what did he lose for letting these tunnels get up? And how much has he lost for not picking off the Jarman with the MiGs? Wonder if that would have paid off earlier just to get a couple of MiGs, even if you don't get the napalm. But, I mean, especially when you get to this stage, when you start seeing angry mobs, you pretty much need the MiGs. Because engaging that with the outpost is a little bit of a nightmare unless you have loads and loads of minigunners. A very interesting game so far. Angry Mob coming in from the side, picks off a truck. Loads of quads, does have AP ammo. No junk repair. Stazzz is actually flowing over 10k, which is kind of unreal, really. But Stazzz is the one with the second... Sorry, Tumstep is the one with the secondary economy. He's also been collecting from the left for absolutely ages. He's also the one with an oil still alive. Wow, what's going on with this bus, man? Okay, that's one of the worst buses in history. I mean, the RPG still got some damage done, but that bus was just not needed whatsoever. Carpet bomb comes through, load of damage done to the tunnels, but loads of workers killed as well. AP ammo quads are shredding through these outposts really, really fast. Need more units inside of these. Like, he's producing on double war factory, but mostly empty outposts. Need to spam the T key on that, unfortunately. With a few eyes pressed in as well. I is minigunner. Probably need like 3 minigunners and the rest of it tank hunters. So it's alright floating 10k, but that money should have been spent on tank hunters. And then he might have actually won these engagements down here. Yeah, these RPGs definitely don't need the bus. They are just going to work without it. It doesn't even have AP rockets. Kind of think that Tumstep has too much secondary eco, you know? Stazzz is ahead in XP. But Tumstep is getting the bounty money for these kills on the MiGs. Stazzz maybe needed Infernos. I don't agree necessarily with the second airfield. Infernos in this. With napalm and more MiGs, maybe. But not a second airfield, surely. Tumstep basically just needs to hold out. Once he gets the Anthrax bomb, that is it for this army. Stazzz level 5 though. Maybe the most perfect EMP in the world over here. Could be good. MiGs come through. He does have napalm, but he sacrifices like 2 or 3 MiGs there for the Jarman. Whoa, that is the kind of perfect best EMP in the world that I was talking about, and Stazzz gets it. He might have just won himself the game with that, because if he didn't hit something legendary like that, the chances of winning are very, very slim, I would have thought. But clearing all of that, killing the Jarman, even though he sacrificed the MiGs. He's now going to probably kill the refinery. He's killing all these tunnels. He killed a load of quads there. He's finally dealt with the menace of RPGs. The thing is, he's given Tumstep a bit of time to rebuild here because he's taking so long to clear it. So yeah, the whole left side is cleared, but I mean, does he have hackers? I thought I heard hacker, but thinking I'm imagining things. Stazzz does have a supply now on the left-hand side, so yeah, a few crates there behind the refinery. That probably, I didn't realize there were so many there behind the refinery. Makes sense, though, from a balancing perspective, that there's equal numbers up there as there is down here. Quads are going to push on the left. The cow's going to get flamed. The other cow's still alive. Yeah, that supply is going to get hit. It's going to get a Vet 2 quad here. Carpet bomb comes through. Doesn't really kill anything apart from 3 workers, though. Gets a Vet 2 quad. Artillery comes through. That looked like a level 3 artillery because it did immense damage. Oil is finally taken out. But the problem is the markets and the bounty money. And Tumstep just needs like 800 more XP and he'll get level 5. Anthrax and Sneak could end the game decisively right then and there. Stazzz coming in only with 3 MiGs. Loses 1 for 2 angry mobs. Doesn't even kill 1 whole angry mob there. Feel like Stazzz could have done with some Infernos. Infernos and more fully loaded outposts. Earlier, like when he was floating like that 10k. Did he need 2 airfields, really? Could he have built a bunker there instead of that supply? Don't know. I just feel like this is going to slip from Stazzz. It's got momentum at the minute with this army, but as soon as this army gets shipped away, Tumstep can rebuild because he's got the economy for it. Just look how many quads he's rebuilt already. After getting completely EMP'd, Tumstep's now completely replenished it and now on the counter-attack. Another sneaky worker on the right, but there's the MiG. Okay, MiG's coming through. Ooh, that's some nice hits, actually. 1 MiG for like 3 or 4 buggies is pretty worth it, I would say. But yeah, you need to have efficient trades everywhere because he has so many markets. And you basically have 0 hackers. Yeah, I suppose if the airfield had been sooner, that tunnel could have been stopped and that oil could still be alive. That could be giving Stazzz some momentum now. So how long ago was that oil killed? Let's say like 8 to 10 minutes ago. That's like 8 to 10k if that's true. It's like 1k a minute from an oil. Flame is picked off on the right. Tumstep getting awfully close level 5. I would say when that reaches level 5, that's GG. Because an Anthrax bomb on this, or even on the middle, just stopping his trucks collecting, probably ends it. Not to mention a sneak attack in the back of the base. So Stazzz under a lot of pressure to make something happen. Maybe he's got some more epic support powers to come. But Tumstep has all the upgrades. And when you're behind like this, you could be thinking about a surprise element, like surprise him suddenly with like 3 or 4 helixes. Ooh, it's going to kill his own. Oh no, it doesn't kill his ECMs actually. It doesn't kill really anything apart from a tunnel. Maybe it killed 1 quad. Carpet bomb there. Oh my god, Tumstep. He's relentless, man. Has Stazzz seen this one? Is he going there? Yeah, I don't think he's going. No, so that tunnel's going to get up. So how many sneaky tunnels has he actually built this replay? Is that going to be the 4th or the 5th? I've lost count now. It's like the 5th attempt, but it's probably going to be the 4th one that will get up. I mean, if that gets up. One thing that Tumstep is maybe missing is a GPS scramble. It's something that for many years I actually massively underestimated in Zero, even when people were using it against me in Gile Mirrors. Like Big Size always takes GPS scramble, whereas I always took the extra level of bounty. But the GPS scramble really does help you win a lot of engagements, and you could be building tunnels all around the enemy base with a stealthed worker if you GPS scramble that. Or just come in with 1 battle bus or a few quads that are GPS scrambled, and you wouldn't see it, you'd lose all of the mix. GPS scramble, massively powerful. That 3 quad propaganda center gets picked off again. Another supply going to be built here, but like I said, the bounty money plus the markets is just completely fueling the Tumstep war machine. Anthrax bomb is perfect. It's just killing trucks, it's killing dozers, killing outposts. The outposts will probably mostly get out of the way, but they are severely weakened. EMP comes through, disables his own CC. It is quite another legendary EMP, but it's just too little too late, really. Especially with this mess. Oh, man, this is really painful. Sneak attacks. The Tumstep's got 2 spots to worry about now with all damaged units. The airfields are really close. Like I said, Tumstep can probably produce on 2 or 3 arms dealers now with all of these quads. Even if he lost all of these quads just for 1 CC or whatever, it does not matter at all. Any damage that Stazzz takes is so much harder to replace than it is for Tumstep. And Tumstep's even picking apart the army, and Stazzz has been defeated. That was a really nice game, you know, on quite an uncommon map. I just feel like with some tweaks, like getting the airfield sooner, only building 1 airfield, stopping these sneaky tunnels, picking off the Jarman a little bit sooner, maybe not sacrificing so many MiGs just for like... Did he sacrifice like 3 MiGs to kill a Jarman at one point and stuff like that? A few little tweaks, and I feel like Stazzz could have won that, but who knows? I think Stazzz is really good when he warms up. This was the first game of that set. Was he fully warmed up or not? I don't know. I don't think that's the best Stazzz we can possibly see. He didn't make hackers, but would that have been beneficial? I think if he'd have kept his oil alive at the top left and then used some of that money to then make hackers, made like a full internet center plus like 3 hackers, something like that, would have been a good position. Maybe the oil in the bottom left needed to be killed sooner, you know, when he hit that supply on the left side by the refinery instead of going for the oil. I feel like with some tweaks, that was definitely winnable. It wasn't flawless from Tumstep, but it was really solid. With some changes there, Stazzz was not a million miles away from winning. So yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments. GG, well played. I will see you in the next one. If you'd like to support the channel whilst also protecting yourself online, consider getting NordVPN using my link in the description. It will hide your IP when playing Zero Out online, either through Avora or Game Ranger, and you won't lose any internet speed. So use my link in the description for a massive discount and a 30-day money-back guarantee.